say, when I was your age, when I was in middle school, I said to myself, I want to be a writer. When I grow up, this is what I want to do. I wrote my first book when I was 16, and I said, this is what I want to do. And I imagined like being in my basement, in my bathrobe, like writing books all day long, right? That's what I thought the life of a writer would be. And then I became a writer, and I discovered that it's actually more like this. I spend about this much time writing in a typical week, and about this much time doing all of this kind of stuff, traveling around the country and talking to kids ranging from kindergarten all the way up to college. This is a tool, right? I'm going to ask my friend Caitlin to take this tool and to cut my tie off. So I love this tie. I've had this tie since I was just a wee babe. Just kidding. Will you take that tool and will you please cut my tie? Just right through there. Yeah, why not? Whoa, what are you doing? Yeah, go ahead. Just right down a little wider. You're gonna have to. Oh, she's cutting my tie. Go ahead. It's too late now. You're already in this thing, girl. And that just happened. Oh, thanks. Wow. The scissors are made to cut, but she cut something that was perfectly good. Now, this is an object lesson, so we understand that I asked her to do this, and I wanted her to do it, but imagine that I hadn't. She just made a huge mistake, right? She took a tool and she misused it, and now she's created some damage. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the tie off, right? And I'm going to hand it to you, and I want you to fix it. I want you to fix my tie. Let's check your work. Why don't you step up here so I can see you real well? Okay, not bad. Can you all see that? Actually, that's very creative. I'm quite impressed. Can you all see that pretty well? Yeah. Again, we're connecting dots between words in tools and scissors in tools. And you guys are old enough and smart enough, and you go to a great school, that I know that you don't need me to explain every single inch of this object lesson to you. So here's what happened. She felt bad about what she'd done by taking those scissors and using them in an inappropriate way that they were never meant to be used, by destroying my tie. And she felt bad, right?
Yes.
I mean, you're almost crying, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes. And so she tried to make it better. And she did. She did make it better. But it is not the same. This is really unsettling to him. And it's really easy. It's easy to lose your identity when you can't hear and you can't see. And he's not sure if I'm talking to him or a friend. Do I know his name? Now listen to me for a minute. There are people in this room right now who every single day they walk in the front door of this school and they feel like this. They feel cut off from the world. They feel like they're on an island, alone, isolated. No one sees them. They see no one. It's a very lonely feeling. A very lonely feeling. I want you to consider how often you feel like this, because everyone does at some point. All he needs is for someone who cares for him to come up to him and to say, take these off. Take these off. We are so close. Do you know how close help is? You just have to look. You just have to ask, and it's there. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah? That feel a little bit unsettling? Not exactly sure what's happening. Why don't you do me a favor? Why don't you take the blindfold off for me? He had no idea. He had no idea how close. Hold on a minute. He had no idea how close help was, how close friends were, how close the people who are willing to have a conversation with him, to talk to him. They know he's had a rough day. They know that maybe he's a little bit sad today for whatever reason. Doesn't matter why. They're right here. But sometimes those of us who are feeling alone and on an island, we need someone else to tell us how close help is. Can I get a round of applause, please, for these guys?